I came to learn that the eating of the meat from FMD disease animals, it has a low risk actually into human, but actually it is not, one would not advise it to be the habit to eat it.
So now the COVID of cattle, you've called it, this is the COVID of livestock sector. In simple terms, why is it so dangerous for Namibia's economy if just one animal tests positive?
Yeah, it's really, I think it's a correct terminology to say it's a COVID. You know, Namibia as a whole, its livestock industry is one of our key sectors for our livelihood as a country. It threatens Namibia livestock industry. Industry roughly say 6-7 billion industry with it. So if this the testing came to light, it stops almost the international efforts of the exporting of beef to international market. Also, it affects the trade and trade affairs very negatively. It caused very massive, actually, economic losses to the country. And also probably in terms of trade, it also trigger immediate trade bans, restrict animal movements and the type. Any test will dangerously actually threaten the establishment of this sector that is so worth it to protect.
Now, I know we speak a lot about the foot and mouth and, you know, this is what needs to be done. What causes this disease?
I'm not technically the person, but one of the key causes come from the virus. I think it's a virus-borne disease that is also from the buffaloes that is spreading the disease.
Yeah. So now, visual symptoms, if a viewer sees a cow drooling excessively or limping, what are the first three things they should do?
Yeah, you know, when you observe some of these symptoms, for example, like blood storings that appears on the lips, the tongues of the livestock, probably also the excessive salivation of saliva. It is very important for any farmers to ensure that if such symptoms is observed, it's very important and primary to inform the competent authority, in our case the Directorate of Veterinary Services and other relevant authority, to be able to immediately put the measures in. It's also very important for a farmer on the ground to isolate such an animals and keep a constant monitoring and surveillance of its progress. Because you will see in this process, you will see also some high fever that animal will be showing, and also the decline in appetite or eating of that animals. So competent authority in ensuring that they will arrive on time before any other spreading and isolation of the animals is one of the key processes that we, as farmers, that we need to take it.
Now, if a farmer in the case now notices those symptoms, how does the government help the farmer, or who helps the farmer? Do they take up the costings upon themselves? What happens?
No, the ministry, through the Directorate of Veterinary Services, is a custodian of the animal health of the country. They are the first to take the responsibility on that, actually the costing and things. But the farmer, on which ground the animal gets sick, we need to keep to ensure that we take precautionary measures, that of informing them, and also wherever we can to assist them.
Now, for a foot and mouth disease lockdown in the country, you know, perhaps what that means that a parent can't now, because of that, pay for their school, you know, their child, or take care of their family. How does something like this affect our communities?
Very severely in the sense that it destroys and interrupts almost the entire livelihood of the socio-economic livelihood of the rural farmers. Completely they changed their patterns. We need to remember that one of the key sources of income generation in rural communal areas is the livestock marketing processes and systems. So once this disease is detected, the livestock livelihood, the livestock marketing is immediately suspended, and the competent authority put in the necessary measure to try to investigate the causes and the proof that it is indeed true that the disease has been found. So it affects the complete livelihood patterns of the livelihood, but also not only the rural areas. You remember there is a substantial numbers of livestock that is taken for markets and auctions in rural towns and places like Hobabes, places like Ochuarongo. A certain percentage of those livestock in auctions there is coming from the communal areas. And the moment that comes, it has a spillover effect to the entire economic setup, the marketing, the shops. So it also affects the livelihood of people in towns, not only in rural areas.
And also butcheries, by the way.
Exactly.
Because if animals are not feeling well, there won't be any meat available.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of young people today are venturing into agriculture.
Yes.
Now, some young person is watching, then is listening to Mr. Kazapua saying, man, if I invest my money and then my livestock die or become sick, how do I then continue? What would you say to someone who is terrified that wants to do agriculture?
Be brave. Agriculture is a breadbasket. Be brave, but we need to know apart from us being the owner of livestock, we also need to venture into livestock and agriculture business. So whatever that may be the cause, it is a risk like any other risk in any other businesses. But what I can say is that with effective legislative compliance, the monitoring, the surveillance, and proper intake tools that we can be putting, things like, for example, the VCF, all those things. If we try to follow these procedures and protocols up to the core, the risk that can cause you a fear not to venture into this business will be very, very much minimized. I take it as a risk for any business. So I will still proactively encourage the young generation to venture into the business as a breadbasket of the country, as a source of economic power, but then be ready to take the risk as any other business.
As any other business. Now, is the current budget allocated for agriculture enough to build the fences and labs we need, or are we just reacting to the crisis as we go?
I think the budget will never be enough. The budget, and especially having the entire global world having an economic challenge. So the budget will never be enough. But whatever we get should be used effectively and directed to the purpose that it has been budgeted for. And also, I will be failing in my responsibility as a farmer and a farmer leader somehow also if I don't commend the good work done by the Namibian government as well as the livestock and livestock product to try to ensure that the legal budget that is there is effectively used and try to also be proactive in most cases, try to be proactive to try to keep a pandemic of this nature at bay. So at the same time, probably, I will also calling up on other key drivers and sectors and corporate companies to try to contribute to the national call to try to assist the government and the key stakeholders to ensure that this disease does not, first of all, not enter our country, secondly, not spread.
What message would you like to give farmers right now who are currently in it, some that have experienced it in the past and they recovered, and some who just started right now, they are hoping that this thing does not happen? what would your last words be to them?
Farmers, we are in a very primary and core business. We are in a business that is a backbone of the livelihood of the people. So we should not be hindered and feared by the pandemic. And we need to commit ourselves. We need to be compliant with the protocols for us to be able to support the governments and legislative institutions to ensure that this disease does not enter the country. For those who have experienced the disease already, I think you have more experience than most of us, but you have got into the situations and now you are out again. So it should be a lesson. For every challenge, it should be a lesson that will put you on the next level. And also, although I'm talking currently as a farmer from Maheke, probably what I can share is that the NNFU is a national umbrella for the communal farmers. Currently in sitting, I'm just have asked myself off from the board meeting, the NNFU board meeting that is currently running here in Windhoek. The NNFU will officially come up with its positions through the right structures. I think the spokesperson will be the president of the NNFU. And NNFU is also will be nominating people to attend the stakeholder meeting or engagement with the Livestock and Livestock Product Board that will be taking up tomorrow and the day after tomorrow to look at these strategies to manage the foot and mouth disease.